Shalom YouTube, welcome back. So here we are. This is kind of a follow-up on the shed. This will probably be the last one. So here's part of what I was talking about in the very first video about making sure that you take the time to lay everything out so that you get not only a physically, structurally sound building, but an aesthetically pleasing product when you're done as well. So here you can see they're working on setting up this fence for their little ankle biter dogs so that they can let them out without worrying about the guard dog getting them all riled up, so to speak. So now they actually get along great. Anyways, you can see that the end of the shed here is on the same plane as the end of the house there. And so why this is important is because then we can use the backside of the shed as a fence as well. And so the fence can go straight on a plane right down through here and then over and join up to the fence there. And so not only does it look nice, but it provides a nice structural fence, and it also provides some savings because there's no need to put fence there. We're just going to use some little chiclets of the leftover skirting. We'll piecemeal those together and put that on the back side there, and it'll also give the dog somewhere to lay for shade underneath there. So, and then we added electricity to the shed here recently. And oh yeah, enjoying our morning cup of joe. Alright, so let's take a look at what we did for electricity in here. So here we are, just a simple drawstring pull, and since that is a metal double beam there, I used a piece of 1x6 as an insulator, and screwed that into the metal, and then screwed the light fixture into there. And then I built a little knee wall or a pony wall here, and I tied it into the rail right there. And the reason why is because here is my electricity coming up through the floor, and I've got an outlet right there that I can plug into. And since the owners of this are a little bit older people, we put the outlet up so they don't have to stoop down to use it. And then as the electricity works, we then ran the wiring up and over, and that is outside underground grade wire, so it's upgraded wiring, so we don't have to worry about it being ran like that. And I had thought about the possibility of showing you guys how I did that and why I did it the way I did, but I am not a licensed electrician, and so I am not giving you electrical advice. I am simply showing you what I did and why I did it the way that I did. And so there's your disclaimer, there's your warning. Always seek out a competent licensed electrical contractor before you embark in your own electrical adventures. So anyways, yeah, I just continued the circuit up to the light bulb out of that junction box, and then I'll try to go slow so I'm not making anyone, ouch, hit my head. So I'm not making anyone dizzy. But so here is our trench that came from underneath over to here. You can see right there, we did it all up to code in electrical conduit, and then those are 2x6 joists that are underneath there. So I ran, cut a hole through the joist and ran the wire up through underneath, so that the wire is not laying on the ground. With that type of wire, I don't really think it would be that big an issue anyways, but we always try to do things for longevity's sake. And if you're wondering why I use 4x4 posts there, that's because that's what was left over for this project. And you know, use what you have. And so that's what I had available, so that's what I used. And we may at some point use that to turn it into something else as well. So that'll just give that wall a little bit extra stability and strength. So, but in order to get the electricity, I'm gonna try to go slow here so I don't get thumbs down for the camera movement. We just I ran the electrical wire along the edge of the house there. Let's see here. Everything's still a little stuff everywhere because of it. Alright, so here we are on the side of the house, and since the electrical line was running past here anyways, I added a CGI outlet right here for them because this wasn't included with the house for whatever reason, and so it's got, you know, an all-weather cover on it, the CGI. And so yeah, we tried it as much as we can to do things, you know, completely up to code, and I'm trying to hold my coffee and do this at the same time. But you can see, you know, we caulked around it and sealed the box up good. And that's one of those ones that you can see it's got a little hole right there. That's so that even when it's raining, you can have a cord plugged into there if you're working on a project or whatever. But it was actually really pretty easy. The condensing unit for the electricity was added after the house was set, and so the electrician that did that had already added a conduit coming down out of the, you know, the 200 amp main service box, and so I was able to use that, and I just dropped down into the crawl space underneath the house, and then I just ran my wire parallel to his, going all the way down the length of it down there to the other side of the condensing unit, and then put it in conduit, went underneath and came up underneath, and, you know, through the joists and came up. So far everything is going very well. Today we'll be moving the deep freeze and refrigerator in there, along with some storage cabinets and different things like that, so that they have their stuff closer by rather than in the Shelter Logic shelter that you've seen me talk about and you've seen in many different videos. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks. I hope you're having a blessed day. Shalom.